Okay, welcome to the second episode on the Dragonator Harley Davidson fairing. At this point, I'm still working on the white, so you have to look right in front of where the airbrush is to see, little pieces I'm adding here in the rivets and things. So again, if you've watched the previous video, it's really important when you have a dark fairing or a dark base material, whether it be black or red. It's really hard to paint flesh tones and other colors over it if your base coat is a red or a green or blue or really anything other than white, because you want the light to actually pass through the colors of what you're painting to add vibrancy and luminosity to your creations. That's actually a thing that the white underpainting, in this case, because I'm not painting on a white sheet of paper, is able to provide. So that's why it's super key. So now at this point, I'm moving to the first stages of what I call hand-painted underpainting. So sorry again that this isn't centered right on the camera, but I was doing a little test and I was actually wearing my GoPro instead of actually having it static. So this is much like a comic book style of approach, not in the creation of what I'm creating, but by actually thinking of this almost like an inking stage, if you will. I'm defining the shadows, the highlights, the details, and even if they get a little lost in the airbrush stage, it doesn't really matter. For me, this is such a key stage because it allows me to avoid needing to do masking. There's almost no masking in the approach that I'm taking here in this. So now in this next section, I'm still working on doing the hand painted portions, and this is actually at about 8 times my normal speed. Each of these little segments that I'm dropping in here was actually only about 3 minutes. So of this 3-minute video, you're going to be watching all of the time that it took me to do this in real life. Real time was about 12 to 15 minutes. So I actually am working pretty fast if you think about that. Now the whole project will end up taking between 15 and 25 hours total, from prepping the surface, working with the customer, designing the art, to the finished art project. And so that's how I base my time. But again, the better you're drawing and the better you do your underpainting, the better your overall thing is going to be. A lot of airbrush artists always try to rush into just starting out doing freehand airbrush. They end up with very sloppy artwork most of the time. It looks out of focus. There's no detail. So I would encourage you, take your time, prepare, do a nice sketch, always have good reference, and you can just end up with a better product. So thanks for joining, and subscribe now.